We're coming to you from the car today. How weird is that? I am the passenger. Okay. Hello, everybody. Welcome to SuttonsDaze. If you're new here, my name is Lisa. We normally don't do this in the car. I'm pressed for time today. Today we're talking about something that literally we're all feeling. I just left the grocery store. Wow. Okay. The rising cost of groceries. It's just crazy. You know, every week I hear from someone saying, Lisa, it feels like I'm spending more and bringing home less. You know, I'm only bringing home 2 bags of groceries and it costs me $100. Yeah, I absolutely get it. And you're absolutely right. Prices are creeping. Packages are definitely shrinking. And that grocery bill that used to feed your family for a week now barely covers a few days. It's just getting crazy. So today we're diving into how to stretch every shelf dollar, the stuff that's in your pantry, okay? How to make what you have go much farther, how to shop smarter, and how to protect your pantry from inflation, because it is literally your #1 defense against inflation. Let's get started. Remember, we can't control the prices, but we can control our plan. And so it's all about creating the perfect plan, or nearly perfect, or I'm learning and it'll get better plan. Seriously, don't overthink it, okay? We're going to start with why. Why are grocery prices so high? Listen, this is what we're feeling, okay? According to the USDA, food at home prices, groceries, are up about 2.7% from last year. I think if we all sat down and chatted about it, we'd figure out a cost. It's up more than that, but that's what they're reporting. But if you zoom out, okay, to 2020 to 2024, those 4 years, that number jumps to more than 23%. And I think maybe that's where we're getting that, you know, feeling that it's gone up so much more than 2.7%, but that makes perfect sense. To go up almost 25% in 5 years, actually just over 25% in 5 years, it's amazing. It's just, it's amazing and terrifying. They're up for a number of reasons. It depends on who you talk to and what hits the news cycle that day. Labor shortages and transportation costs are a big one, because, you know, all of that's costing more. Droughts and weather events that have hit the crops, and they're all getting hit with it. The crops are taking a hit pretty much like everything. The weather is impacting literally everything, from our coffee to, you know, corn, all of it. Shrinkflation, we're all familiar with that. I hate that word. They got to come up with a better one. Those smaller packages that are the same price as the bigger ones, you know. And of course, global instability keeps supply chains super messy. So we know why. It's easy to feel frustrated. I get it, but understanding the why, it helps us take smarter steps towards the how. It really does. If you've followed me for a while, you know I believe that mindset is everything. You have to set your mind to it. You have to believe it. You have to make it happen. That's just the only way that anything literally happens. When prices go up, a lot of people panic. And I understand. I understand why. They cut back in random areas, though. You know, they skip meals or they just give up. But you and me, we strategize because we have pantries. We start by shifting our mindset from reaction to preparation. That's key right there. Stop reacting, start preparing. Instead of thinking, I can't afford groceries, you know, at some point you're going to have to afford some. We start asking, how can I make this stretch? How can I make this work for me? How can I substitute? How can I plan smarter? Because that is going to get us to the end line. It really is. This is where your pantry becomes your best financial tool. Absolutely your best. Our buffer against chaos. Yes, that's what it is. And your pantry lets you buy low, use high, and ride out the spikes. Prices are probably never going to go down. You will never pay tomorrow at the cheaper price you can get it for today. So it's best to stock up if you can. But do it right. Don't do it on silly stuff. You know, do it on stuff that you actually eat. Look for substitutions. Do that kind of thing. You can't stretch what you don't know you have. So what am I going to do? Inventory. Absolutely. Take inventory. Literally every shelf, every bin, every freezer, all the way through the refrigerator, all of it. Track what is leaving your pantry and how fast you're actually using it. Because if you're only using, 1 jar a month of, I don't know, whatever, there's no sense in buying 5 for 5 months when you need to focus those funds on something that doesn't last as long, that you go through because you go through it quicker. So once you know your baseline, that's taking your temperature right there. That's your baseline, okay? You can decide what deserves space and what doesn't. And if you pay attention to prices long enough, you'll know that the fluctuation is something that you can kind of prepare for a little bit. You can gear towards it. Like, I know certain things, like turkeys go on sale close to Thanksgiving. Hams go on sale, close to Christmas. All that fun stuff. Once you figure out those systems and those cycles, that baseline gets much easier to fill in. I recommend definitely keeping a simple price tracker. Just a little notepad or whatever, or go home with your receipt and plug it into, a spreadsheet. However, whatever works for you in your brain, Jot down the date, the store item, and the price per ounce or pound. That's important because it may not be the deal you think it is in the future if you're not factoring in the price, the ounce or the pound. It doesn't have to be fancy, doesn't have to be pretty, it just has to be consistent. Consistency is what develops that muscle. When you see the trend, because that's how you're going to see the trend, you know when to stock up and you know when to pass, because sometimes it's just not worth it. Let's talk about some shopping tactics. Gosh, that's so much fun. Time your buys. Every store has cycles. Every single store has cycles, okay? So meat and produce especially do. Learn those markdown days. Learn when to go in to get those markdowns. Substitute strategically. You have to do it strategically. If beef is up 13% this year, which it is, maybe swap a stew recipe for chicken or turkey or canned fish. Give it a try. I was actually surprised at a salmon soup how good it was, because it never occurred to me to put salmon in a soup, but it was good. It was. And for anybody that has any allergies, like if you have allergies to beans, then they're off the table. If you don't have an allergy to beans, definitely give them a try. But try shelf-stable proteins like canned chicken or tuna or freeze-dried eggs. Those are a great option. You want to focus on long shelf life items. That's important. I know fresh chicken might, be what you normally do, but canned chicken is a really great substitute. So canned vegetables, rice, pasta, oats, freeze-dried meals, they don't just save money, they save you from future price jumps. Seriously. When you can, buy in bulk, but do it carefully. It's going to take some math. I know that's no fun. Buying bulk only works if you can store it and use it before it expires. That's the only time you're saving money with bulk. Otherwise, you're just moving waste from the store to your pantry. This one's going to sting a little bit, but sometimes we need to hear it. Food waste is one of the biggest budget leaks that we face. One of the biggest. I've said it many, many times. 40% of the food that people purchase ends up in landfills because they don't think that it matters. They don't think that it's important. They don't they don't put value to it. And that just can't keep happening. If you're tossing leftovers, produce, or expired pantry items, you're literally throwing away shelf dollars. Literally. But we're going to fix that. Okay? I have a way to fix that. We're going to do it. So 1, label and date everything. I cannot express that enough. Label and date everything. Keep a use first bin in your fridge or in your pantry. These are the items that need to be used this week. These are the items that need to be used before you go looking for anything else. That makes a big difference. It's front and center, it's in your face. Definitely rotate everything that you have. Use the oldest items first. First in, first out. That's the way to do it. Plan meals that use up what's left. When you're doing a meal plan, for those of you that do meal plans, you want to make sure that that bin where you put all that stuff that you have to use up first gets factored into that plan. And if you're not used to using meal plans, use that bin as the launching pad for creating one. Yeah. Even a 10% reduction in food waste can feel like a pay raise at the grocery store. It makes a really big difference, a really big impact, not only on your household, but on your community, on the world at large. Now let's look ahead because, inflation, She's not done yet. Not at all. She's cranky. She's really cranky. But here's what you can do literally today, okay? Stock a 30-day core supply of shelf-stable basics. Make a list. Figure out what you're going to put on it. If your grocery store is online, pop it into a cart to see what it adds up to, Factor that in. Make that list. Purchase that stuff. Put it in your pantry. And you don't have to purchase it all at once. You can build up through it. Catch yesterday's video. Keep a price floor list. A price floor list is, I will not buy chicken unless it goes under $1.70 a pound. There you go. And then you don't. So if a price drops under that amount that you're willing to pay, that's when you stock up. That's when you take that extra budget money, that extra grocery money, and you stock up so that you have extra, so you're eating at that discounted rate moving forward. I am still eating 99 cents a pound boneless, skinless chicken breast from 2 years ago. I'm eating good, okay? And I'm eating cheap. Now, build in flexibility. You have to be flexible. Okay, you have to be like that tree in the wind. You really do. Learn substitutions that work for your family. Just because they work in my household does not mean they work in yours, and vice versa. Find the substitutions that work for your household. Plan a weekly mini audit. I don't have enough stuff to do. Now you want me to do an audit in the middle of the week. Just a teeny tiny one, I promise, okay? What did you use? What needs replacing? What's trending up in cost that you can see? Because the sales flyers, they don't all come out on the same day anymore like they used to when I was growing up. It's crazy. The goal isn't perfection. I'm not perfect. I don't expect anybody else to be perfect. It's definitely progress and awareness. And being aware will automatically make you have progress. So that is what the goal is. Progress and awareness. This is going to be a quick one, okay? So every time you make a mindful choice, an intentional mindful choice at the store or in your kitchen, you're reclaiming control. Control is the one thing we are seriously lacking right now, You can't stop prices from rising. We don't have that power. But we can make sure that our pantries, our homes, and our peace of mind stays full. That's the goal. Absolutely. Now I've got some fun stuff for you because you hung in all the way to the end of the video. Yes, you did. It's so cool. So if you want to keep learning practical, calm preparedness, definitely hit that subscribe button. Definitely hit that like. It helps push it out. And grab the printable that is linked in the description box below. It's a direct download, which means that whatever device you're on, it will direct download to wherever that default is. I can't help you be on there, okay? If you're on a TV, you have to go and get on your phone or on your computer. But it is a stretch every dollar worksheet that I've linked down below that I hope will help you. Definitely let me know what you think about it. And we will be back tomorrow. Remember, my friends, we can do this. Be kind. Be safe. Keep stacking it to the rafters.